let's see what we've got here. Alrighty then. Alright, so I got that taken care of, and I'm just waiting for my friends to get out of versus AI match, which we will probably go into another versus AI match, so this will probably just be a AI match. So, anyways, welcome to the stream, guys. Sorry, I wasn't saying much when I first started it. I was just kind of trying to get it all set up correctly. I do apologize. This is not going to be a very exciting particular game or stream this time around, but we are looking at a new game that I like to call Battlerite. Actually, I don't like to call it that. That's literally what it's called. But the idea is that this game is actually a lot like Heroes of the Storm, League of Legends, and all the other MOBAs. The only difference is they completely cut out the minions and the primary objective of destroying a nexus, and your only objective is to defeat the enemy's champions. There is another game mode that actually does require you to do a little bit more than that, which is currently in beta. I actually did try it out myself, and I did enjoy it. It was actually very fun. However, we aren't looking into playing that game. We're probably more than likely going to be looking into playing some AI. Now, the main reason why we're going to be playing versus AI is because one of my friends, in fact, both of my friends really, have just really started playing the game, and as you can see, I have already put quite a lot of time into this game. I've actually really enjoyed it, and as soon as I came home pretty much from the from my little adventure, I guess you could call it, in family outgoing, or goings or bouts and such, I basically came back and just started immediately playing this game because I found it, and I was like, oh, wow, this is a really fun game. So I really do enjoy the game. And I really do, in fact, kind of want to see about playing this game a little bit more often. Whether or not that's going to be the case, who knows? I seem to be a pretty fickle YouTuber as it is. I may be consistent in bringing out my things, but I may very well be fickle into things. But I'm always pretty consistent in actually getting out content on a regular basis. My only problem, of course, is that the content is not always very good, and it's always kind of random stuff. But regardless. The point is that we're having some fun. We're going to try and have some fun with this, and that's really what all that matters. Let me think about who it is I want to play. Let's see. Shade is playing Shufu. Actually, I'm cool with what we've got here. I'm cool. I'm really good. I'm primarily a ranged player. I am not very good at any of the other ones. I don't mind the melee too badly, but I'm not very good at them. I have tried out a handful of supports, but, excuse me, I apologize. It's been a long day. I have been trying out quite a few supports, but for the most part, generally speaking anyways, let me see here. But for the general most part, the game is pretty fun. I definitely like the range characters more than I do anything else. As you can see, it starts off with a pretty straightforward, simplistic thing. You got this whole thing going. You defeat, you just choose a loadout of what you're going to have. These Battlerites are pretty straightforward to explain. You've got, let me just move this really quickly here, because this is actually in my way. If I can move it, please let me move it. Can I please move this? Please, pretty please. Thank you. No, maybe, yes. Okay, fine, whatever. But this thing for some reason won't move. But the idea here up in the corner is you can see that we've got the Power Blaster. In fact, actually, I kind of want that. No, I don't want that. No, bad. All right, no. We're good with what we've got. I actually really like that. I've actually set this one up myself, even though it's looks a little different. I set this one up myself. I like this one more. This one does basically, these talents essentially increase or change your abilities as you go along throughout the things. And some of them depend on various things, like if you actually have to fully charge the thing, or if it's just in general, I'm going to charge it up and I'm going to do damage with it. And then, of course, there's like the wall, which actually increases the duration of it and reduces the cooldown. Then there's like a couple of other little things like that. We're not going to worry too much about that. Now, these are AI, so this shouldn't be too much of an issue. Oh, I totally hit that too soon. I apologize. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of abilities in this game. Oh, come on. There's a lot of little things in this game, like counters and... Boom. As you can see, I did the most damage in that case, and our good friend Dissenboke, I don't actually know how to say his name. I've never been able to understand that name, but I'm going to call him Dissenbach because it just sounds funnier. Our good friend Dissenbach, he came close to actually having the MVP estate. It does, unfortunately, just like any other game like this, it does favor damage over anything else. So if you're the one inflicting the most damage, generally speaking, you're the one that's doing the most. You're the MVP. Which is a little unfortunate because in reality... Because when in the reality of things, these things are not that like that. Really, I hate I hate these guys because I hate going against supports because they are always able to do so much damage. Or specifically, they're always able to heal themselves by so much and shield themselves, and especially against the AI. The AI are really, and I'm atrocious. I'm not like, you know, the sad part is that I'm best with our. Here's the really sad part. Oh wow, really? Boosh. Oh man, and I did so much damage that round too. Like I was just inflicting damage on what's his face just consistently. On what's her face, Blossom, I think is her name. Yeah, Blossom. I can never remember the names of the characters, and I'll get used to them eventually. But I've literally just started playing myself, like literally probably about 2 days ago. So I'm not all that new. I'm kind of new to the game myself as well. So. But it's a fun game. It's really, really fun. I kind of wanted to just show it off a little bit because of the fact that it's such a fun game. And there we go. Boosh. As you can see, completely wiped the floor with the AI. The AI are unfortunately pretty, what's the best way I can put it? They're kind of bad. I mean, that's the easiest way to really describe this. They're just not that great. You can argue that they do very good job at like the supports. The support AI are actually pretty good, but I would justifiably say that that all the other classes are kind of trash. In that situation, reported for being my friends. Let me go play a different character that I'm not quite as good with. Who am I? Who have I not played in a while, or that I have played? But yeah, I'd really like to play a character that I haven't played much of, which would be this character. I haven't played really a lot of the characters. Like I haven't played him. I did in fact go on ahead and commit and purchase the $30 little all champions thing. I felt like, considering the amount of time I've been playing the game, and considering the fact that, if we look at this here, I've already played the game upwards of about 15 hours, that $30 is effectively paying for itself already. I've literally only basically essentially paid $1 per... I'm working my way already to effectively have paid $1 per hour worth of entertainment, and that's, I would say, justifiable in this day and age. When it comes to purchasing entertainment and stuff like that. And I would always say that that's probably the case in most situations. Now, again, as I said, unfortunately, we are going to be doing just primarily... You know what? Actually, I want to look at these, because there's a couple of these I like to change around. Sure consumes a general portion of the cooldown of Inhibitor's Guard. Inhibitor's Guard? Which one's Inhibitor's Guard? Oh. This card is reduced by 1 point. Ooh, okay, I kind of like that. Enemy struck. I'm going to get rid of that one and go with that one and see how that works. See, Inhibitor's Guard is nice because that's the... I'm going to shield you. I don't know precisely why he gets a shield. He seems like a mage. But he just randomly gets a shield. That he can just sort of plop on somebody. Or himself. He can plop it on himself, admittedly. So it's weird. He's one of those characters that doesn't use the shift and the... And I haven't even had to. Oh, this guy. Oh, the Rook glitched again. Rook glitches all the time. I don't know what it is specifically. Rook just glitches, and he just stays there, unfortunately.
Round one.
It's a little disappointing. Because it's... makes this game a little bit too easy, I'd say.
Three, two, one, fight.
Because now we're only fighting against essentially 3 people. I kind of wanted to use my... And it's really great if you get both of them down on it, because then it's like...
Round one.
Great minds think alike.
So unfortunately, that will probably be this will be a really kind of dull match. And admittedly, we could be playing against the thing, but honestly, our good friend here, he is brand new at this game. He is literally, this is the first time he's loaded up the game and started playing. with us. He just got done with the tutorials, so I would rather have him learn how to play the game a little bit by, you know, learning the different keys and shift keys and other things like that, just so that way he has a good idea of what to do and what to expect, and what's expected of him effectively is probably the better way to put it. Admittedly, I'm kind of being a little dull in this case. I'm not. I usually would. Oh, jeez.
Your team claimed the orb.
Boosh. So a little sad that our good friend died, but it happens. Unfortunately, you dying in this game does not necessarily mean the end of the game, or your team is about to lose. But it is a good idea that if you are on your team and one of your team members dies, then it is a good idea to actually make the opportunity to jump on trying to kill one of them to even up the team as quick as possible. And as you can tell, there are, in fact, similar boxes and loot boxes as there is to, I guess you could call it Overwatch. Really, almost all of them have something like that nowadays. But somebody triggered. So they all have something like that nowadays, and of course a lot of people have controversial opinions when it comes to loot boxes, but in this particular situation I think this falls under one of those, it's not too big of a deal. I actually kind of want to get good with her. I'm kind of curious. Custom, do I have anything else with her, or weapons? I think that's what I've got actually equipped. Nope, that's not what I've got equipped. Alright, now we can go. But what I'm essentially trying to say is that I feel like to some degree anyways, almost everybody has an opinion about loot boxes. I myself believe that loot boxes are not necessarily the worst thing in the world, but I can't necessarily justifiably say that I think that they're the best thing in the world either. Let's look at these here. Hit an enemy with a static bashing increases the duration of static by 1 second and to a maximum of 6 seconds. Maybe. Storm Mace deals 6 bonus damage to enemies affected by static. Landing increases your movement speed for 35 seconds. It charges a cooldown. One ability charge, but cooldown increases. I think I'm going to go with that. And then we want to get rid of... I don't like actually having the ult. The ultimate's upgrade I've never actually liked. Not because it's bad or anything, but just because the ultimate's upgrade has a tendency to just be unused. Like, a lot of times you don't even get to use the ultimate, let alone... I've never used this character, admittedly. I've absolutely never used this character. Plus, that usually does enough damage as it is. Someday I'll have to teach you how to stream games. It's not really that hard, Bridge, to be completely honest with you. And I really should have no problem teaching you, as long as you've got the time. But yeah, it's actually not that difficult, Bridge, surprisingly enough.
3, 2, 1.
Not to say that it's easy, of course. Oopsie. Oh, jeez. I think I might die. Oh, I died. Boosh. Excuse me.
Round 1.
Well, the advantage is that the technology has gotten to the point to where anybody with, they don't have to have really great computers or great systems or anything like that in order to be able to stream. Now, I'm obviously more of a computer streamer. I don't stream like consoles and stuff like that. That would be something you want to talk to. This is not how you would normally play this character. It's just like, I'm just sitting here like, oh shit. Ah, shit.
Your team claimed the orb.
Where are you going, bitch? Here's dual core i7G. Yeah, to be honest with you, like I was saying, it's really not. It doesn't really matter what kind of computer it is that you have. Like I said, the technology nowadays is increased to where someone with even a shit computer can actually stream. Really, where you need to have a good thing to be able to stream from is actually having a good internet connection. As long as you have a good internet connection, you should be able to stream pretty much just about anything. That being said, of course, is that, yes, of course, your computer does need to be semi-decent in order to get some kind of good performance out of it, but generally speaking, your computer's overall performance shouldn't be dropped dramatically purely because of the fact that you don't have a good internet connection, or just because you don't have a good computer. When it comes to the streaming, it's just really the quality of what's going to be on the other end when people get it is going to be changed, obviously, because you're going to have to change it on your end. So obviously, it's always better to have a better computer because then you have a better chance of things not crashing, things going well, everybody having good, being able to see everything appropriately, so on and so forth, and of course the graphics being as good as they can possibly be. My suggestion, of course, would be is to actually stream. If you're going to stream anything, stream something that you know your computer can handle just fine, without any major hiccups or anything like that. And you said you can play Skyrim. Seems like you don't have a problem playing that, so you should have no problems just streaming that if you want to. I need to come up with something. I gotta pee. Let me think here. I should play Rook. Just to piss off the one of the guys that we've got in there. Wait. Don't I have multiple weapons on this guy? I got the Doom Grip and the... I like that one more, actually. I kind of wish I had that one, though. Like, I kind of wish I had that outfit right there. That would be good. Or that one. That would be good, too. And then there's the lurker below. That would be the one that you'd want to get, would be the lurker below. But you can't do that until you go really low. But yeah, anyways, get out of that. Because I never played GTA game beyond the tutorial, and as someone who understands how SJWs think, I could maybe make some dual-ended commentary. Right. I don't really know precisely on that one. I mean, I've always tried to have commentary myself while I'm streaming the games and everything like that. But generally speaking, I try to just lean wherever the chat is going. I'll have my own basic commentary, but then I'll just end up leading to the chat. So obviously, if you want to make that kind of commentary and stuff like that, I would say that would be a good idea. Now, I have no idea what this character does at all, so I'm going to read really quickly. Launches 2 Leeching Thorns, dealing 12 damage and inflicting Thorns. Thorns drain the target, dealing 4 damage and healing you for 8. For 4 seconds. That's actually pretty brutal. Enemy with Root Claw reduces... Just the incoming damage by 10% and space. Okay, that's awesome. Evil Clutch. Okay. And then E is the root. Okay. And then what's the R? Damn it, I don't know what the R does. Shield a targeted ally, guarding them from damage, and disables. What I think of when I hear from Thorn damage. Thorn damage. I implant. I keep thinking that I'm ranged because I keep seeing people like shoot these things. Boosh.
Round 1.
I implant, hear me roar. Right. I've never played this character. However, he's like one of the most busted characters in the game from what I've seen. For damage and heals you for 2 bonus.
3.
Okay, yeah, but like I don't really understand this this character. This character's really brutal. Like I've played against him a couple of times, obviously. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. There are other things I can do. I always forget that there's a shift ability. And the shift abilities are Thorn Barrage. Let's see. Thorn Barrage launches 4 thorns, each dealing 10 damage and inflicting thorns, which we know what that does now. And then the second one is burrow yourself and nearby allies into the ground and emerge beneath your enemies, dealing 14 and inflicting a stun. Okay. But what's the difference between the two? I don't know. Boosh. I think that it's just like a straight up attack. I kind of like Thorn, have to be honest. He's kind of brutal. I see why a lot of people play him. He's one of those characters you think, oh, well, he's just so good, and I don't know if I'll be any good with him. And then you play him, and you're like, oh, that's why everyone's good with him. Oh, I got an achievement. There's a lot of achievements in this game. A lot of achievements. And that means I just got 2. Oh, sweet. I got a legendary chest. Boosh. And what did we get? We got a legendary, a rare, and another rare. So let's see what the rares are. Ooh, interesting. I think I already... No. I don't know. Why can't I equip that, actually? I don't know. Oh, sweet. Oh, sweet. That's one of her, like, super legendary outfits. Awesome. That's awesome, actually. Awesome to the max. Ooh. I unlocked a legendary outfit, so it gave me an achievement. You gotta love that kind of stuff. Oh, you did something. Here's an achievement. I'm cool with it. They give me free rewards. Iron Boomstick. I kind of like that one. Rare Pose. I like that one. Duplicate. I already own that one. Okay. And similar to a lot of other matches and things, if you did a duplicate, you do get extra stuff. So let me go back here. I don't know if we're continuing to do practice stuff, but if we are, then we are. I would kind of like to get used to this character right here, because she seems like an interesting character, and I just don't know how to predict with her. Like, I just don't know what to think of her, so I really want to play her. Ready up, brah. Ready up. Man, I wish I had a drink. Actually, I just realized weapons. And the outfits are this one. Actually, I kind of like that one more. But that one's, I don't know, I like that one. It's okay, I guess. If I had to choose one between the two. And that one's like an old lady. This is like an old lady. So she shoots a rocket. And she shoots her gun. And this says the explosion ignites oil affected by, or any explosion ignites enemies affected by oil. And how do we get oil on them? Oil. Fire up jets. Inflicts oil on. Okay, I see. Speed by 50% for 2 seconds. Remove all negative effects. Shield to target ally. The shield absorbs up to 28 health. And then the E. Boosh. Granny's got a Gatling gun. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. She's got a Gatling gun. Her ultimate's basically, I'm going to shoot you with a Gatling gun. Reduces movement speed by 10%. And then, let me see here. The other one, I'm guessing this one stuns, right? Bounces towards an additional target. Ooh, sweet. Channel a beam that drags enemy. Oh, the detractor beam, and then there's the machine gun. And then what are her other abilities? E, which is concussion shot, deals 10 damage and inflicts incapacitate, which I do like incapacitate. Oh shit. Mm. Aw. Come see what Granny's got cooking for you. Hot steaming bullets. And cookies. Don't forget the cookies. She's got a little oven right there. Like, look at her. She's got a little oven. She could probably be cooking up some cookies in there. Just because she's got rockets and guns don't mean she ain't still a lovable old granny. Don't ever underestimate those grannies.
3.
And what does this one do? Flamethrower. Oh, I didn't even see that. Let me guess, ignites oil too, doesn't it? Yep, it does. Oh, that was cool. Oh no, I died. Skadoosh.
Match victory.
Pardon me. I was gonna do more recordings and stuff like that today. But that has been happening all day. So I was doing recordings, but then I kept coughing into them. And I wasn't thinking about it because I kept coughing into it, and then I ended up screwing up like 2 of my recordings. I'm not sure if I want to keep playing her. I do like her, though. She's actually very nice. So I played all of these guys all along this row. I have not played these 2 or this one. I'm not really the biggest fan of mages, which is pretty much what these guys are. But I can't say I dislike them either. I have only played him as a melee character, and as you saw, I just played him as well. So I guess I have technically played 2. Oh, no, wait, no. I have played Freya as well. The only ones I haven't played... the ones I haven't played up here are basically these guys, these 3, this one, and this one. And then for the support... I didn't realize I'd have to go back to 1 GB issues 101. Why gay marriage doesn't suck. Okay. I mean, I'd have to watch your first video. I guess I must have missed that. More specifically, I guess I shouldn't actually have to go watch the video. It's more read the comments to see what we're referring to. However, I will say that a lot of times keeping your comment section, just talking to your comment section is probably usually better than just making a full video on it. However, if your comment section does drive you in that direction, I don't see why that'd be necessarily a problem either. Because I think I'm going to try out him, because I have actually never played him. Nah, I think I'd rather have that one. Okay. Because then at least you have content. But what I was saying is, like, at least if you're, excuse me. Pardon me, I'm sorry. But at least if your comment section is actually doing that, then it's giving you that opportunity to, well, have content made via that. Okay, so he has a similar thing where he gets stacks Harness Strike, dealing 11 damage and healing yourself 7 is 3 bonus damage. For heal yourself for 2 bonus health per weapon charge. Okay. So he actually has very similar effects as the other one now. Boom. And then what is this one? That is the protection, which makes sense because that's what it usually is. Alright, we're good here. I think we're good. I wouldn't think that you'd need to go back to that point, though, to cover the issues. You know, I remember my first video, I talked about MGTOW a little bit. Do they have a rook? Yeah, they have a rook. That would explain why he's not here with us. Oh, of course he would jump over it.
Round 1.
Not all victories are won with strength alone.
And I know what that one does because I see people use it all the time. The Draco deals damage, knocks the enemy back, inflicting a fading snare. Knocking an enemy into a wall inflicts 10 additional damage. Speed is reduced to 0% gradually. You should play with determination, causing your next 2 sword slashes to send people flecking. And well, the recap of old discussions may not hurt, especially since a lot of the younger kids aren't even aware of the argument that goes that far. I guess I can agree with that. That does make somewhat sense. Oh, there's actually heal you too. That's a good thing to learn. It's the healing part that I always have a problem with. That's my biggest thing I have a problem with in this game is I don't remember healing. Which is the whole reason the arguments for the LGBT community today don't match with what the community was 10 to 12 years ago. I suppose that's very true. I mean, I've always sort of felt that, like, I wouldn't say that what they have been fighting for has been completely won or anything like that, because, you know, I don't want to say that I don't want to be that kind of guy who says that, oh, the LGBT community has already won everything that they want for rights and everything like that, because we all know that's not completely true. What But when we also look at, like, when you say, like, for feminism and stuff like that, you also don't want to say it with them either. But at the same time, the biggest issue is that a lot of the people on those people's sides don't want to acknowledge everything that's actually happened, everything that's already been accomplished. Like, they act as if nothing's been accomplished, even though lots have been accomplished. I'm not saying that there aren't still problems, obviously. I'm not saying that there aren't still things that are out there that could be fixed. But there seems to me like there's a lot of problems that they make up or they come up with that don't exist, even though, like, because they've been fixed years ago. And they act as if these things have never even been, like, they almost, like, basically, here in 5 years, we might be literally looking at, like, LGBT, what, for the gay marriage and stuff like that, or something else? Because basically the idea that I'm trying to say is that like in 5 years from now or so, I wouldn't be too horribly surprised if we end up finding out that these people are getting all weird and crazy because they think that gay marriage doesn't exist anymore, or like the sanctity of gay marriage isn't the same as it was 5 years. You know, it's not. You know, they'll start saying that there's something wrong with it in particular. I'm not saying that that's going to be the case exactly. I'm just saying that it sort of feels what it's like it's going towards. And I don't, I surprisingly do not have anything for this guy. Like, I've got things, but not much, And I don't really want to play him. Like, in all honesty, like, he's one of those characters that just don't really feel like playing. Because he's supposed to be like an assassin, supposedly. And I guess that makes sense, but I don't know. I really gotta want to learn this character. Let's try him. But what would be perfectly legal, though? Yeah, 8 damage, frog leap, and camouflage increases the attack speed. And this is attack speed over a limited amount of time.
Hey.
And he goes 8 damage to the target's healed self. Self for 8. Oh, wait, can you heal yourself? Oh, okay, you can heal yourself. Interesting. Let's heal 8 damage to... Right, exactly. Now, the question I guess I would have to say is that, like... I would have to say to that is, just how far would you think they would go if they actually were to... I mean, I find myself curious as to how far that would go. Like, I feel like if someone were to actually do that in this day and age, we'd probably be looking at...
Round 1.
Good. I hadn't got all day.
Well, I ain't denying that it's happened. I just find myself curious as to just how far people would take it, or how far people should take it. But, you know, on a federal level, though, I feel like that might not be the case. That's the question, I guess, that we'd have, is whether or not on a federal level it would actually exist the same way or not. Oh, he got a World Blades. I've never actually played this game. Oh, I don't disagree with you on that one. I think it's actually quite ridiculous how much the states vary when it comes to like laws and everything like that. It's one of those things that I've always actually kind of hated about. I don't hate like I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world about the United States and everything like that. But there's a lot of things about the United States that I think that's really backwards when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like any normal country would. Let's see. The penalty for drag racing is stronger than the penalty of raiding pedestrians in Florida, if I recall correctly. Wow. Boom. Driving while old. That's great. Which is wild. Let's see. I think they carry the same prison sentence, but the drag racing has additional fines, which is wild. Well, he was an interesting character, but I don't really feel like playing any of him again. I didn't even check his shift abilities at all. I'm more of a ranged character. I really prefer the ranged ability people more than I do anything else. Like, admittedly. A metal Argonian? Are we referring to the one that I was just playing? I've never played him either. Well, surprisingly enough, the melee characters are like none of the characters are actually really what they say they are. Like they say they're melee, range, and support. That's what they classify them all as. In reality, that's not actually what it all is. A lot of these melee characters are actually high damage characters. Like for example, Ray, the one that I just played, as well as Shifu, who I was playing a little bit before. They are actually both this like damage dealing. I would consider them more along the lines of bruisers over tanks. If there's a class, I'd say they're about doing damage, but also having tankiness to them. So they're not really all about tanking, but they're not really all about damage, and they're about little kind of a mix of both of them. I would definitely say that what's his face, who I just played, he was definitely more of an assassin than anything, and I believe the Reaper guy over here is also more of an assassin. So really, there's a lot of those melee guys are thinking, but I actually am really good at tanks. Usually I'm fantastic at tanks, and the reason why I'm very good at tanks is because I know how to play one. It's all about actually keeping the enemy off of your team, keeping the enemy like away from your team, keeping the enemy off of the doing damage, and taking the damage for your team, etc., etc. Negating damage, blah blah blah. But and I know how to do that, and I'm really good at it. Like in Heroes of the Storm, I would even say that I'm good at it in like this game. If I actually played one, that would be my biggest thing, is I don't actually ever play one. And I kind of find myself curious as to whether or not if I would be any good on it or not, because it does feel like I could be. But I really like the ranged attackers in this one more than I do anybody else. And what is this one? And we got the normal attack. And then we have the jump. And then we have the Q, which is the explosion. And the E, which is the... I'm going to slam into you and headbutt you. Can I just throw these a little bit? No, I can't. Okay, I think we're ready. A firewall to a target location. The wall blocks projectiles. Oh, so that's what people have been doing. Into a fire elemental and dash forward. This guy right here, he is honestly one of the most busted people I've ever had the misfortune of dealing with in my life. Unless, if he's doing damage, he is pretty much killing you. Like, he's unkillable as long as he's inflicting damage, or at least from what I've seen. Because he just has that natural ability to just inflict large amounts of it, and just constantly heal off of it. And what does this one do? Give rise to a lava stream inflicting petrify on surrounding enemies. Ooh, interesting. Boom! But that is the kind of character that I like the most out of all the characters. I like just being able to inflict large amounts of damage very quickly from afar. Throwing out damage is nice. And again, how do you do this again? Blah. Oh wow, you have to have two in order to do that? That seems a little busted, not gonna lie. You have to have two in order to do that.
2, 1, fight.
Oh, so it's around you. Oh, interesting. Boosh. And serious sinus pain. I can understand that. I don't think it's so much of a sign. Well, I guess it kind of is because I'm getting a lot of drainage in the back of my throat. It's the constant cough, cough, so on and so forth. But I have to say, I definitely like that character actually. So I played all of them. Now I haven't played her yet, so let's play her. I'm not in any sinus pain though, luckily. I just got the constant and ever-present drainage into the back of your throat that nothing can alleviate. And I'm not really entirely positive as to where it's coming from. Okay, so we got Razor Boomerang, X Strike, Throw Boomerang. Ooh. Does this like do extra damage if it like hits you multiple times? No, it just hits on the turn back. Okay. Ah, okay. That's really broken, actually. Haste. Obviously, exactly what you think it is. Q. Okay, ally. Okay. Ah, okay. Now I know what everything does. I just like to know what everything does.
This is gonna be fun.
Excuse me.
3, 2, 1, fight. Enemy team claimed the orb. Ultimate ready. Watch out now. Yahoo! Ultimate ready. Yahoo! Round 1. More cash for me. And my gang.
And my gang.
3, 2, 1, fight. Your team claimed the orb.
Boosh! I'm pretty sure he got that one. Oh yeah, he definitely did that time.
Round 1.
Wait, he did. How did he not get it?
Good. I did better.
How did I get? Oh, I got the protection. I think that's why. Because I did protect my friend. I threw him up in the air for a few seconds. I totally have not been using haste at all. I haven't been needing to. Mind you, of course.
3, 2, 1, fight.
Isn't that always the problem? Trolling.
Your team won the orb. Ultimate ready.
Kaboosh.
Victory.
Boom. I like her. She's interesting. She does a lot of decent damage. Now I'll go to one of my characters that I'm actually good with. Or more specifically, that I've played like endlessly and I know exactly what to do. Or I know how to play the character at least a little bit. He's a really hard character to play though, so it's really hard to actually like do anything with him. Which is the only problem. I got anything? No, I do not. What time is it as well? Because I may consider getting off here fairly soon. I kind of didn't want to do this for very, very long. Not that I don't enjoy the game or anything like that. Just that I kind of want to get to sleep here fairly early. And I kind of only wanted to do just sort of like a show off the game a little bit and go from there. So I might end the stream here. I might continue to play for a little bit, but I'm probably going to end the stream. That way I'm not obligated to feel like I'm continuing to play, just so that way I can get off here at a semi-decent time. I'll probably play one more game, show off my character that I play like a whole lot, and then after that I'll probably go on ahead and end the stream there. Yeah, 10:06. I went and looked. So yeah, I'm more than likely what I'll probably do is I'll probably just play. Like, one of the things I like about this one is you can get lost in this game a little bit, and I haven't gotten lost in a game like this in a really long time. Like, even with League of Legends and everything like that, I kind of have this thing where I play the game, I still see the time, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, you know, I can play maybe one more, and then I'll play one more, and then that'll be the end of it. Or I'll just be like, nope, I'm done, and I get done. Whereas in this one, it doesn't matter if I win, it doesn't matter if I lose. I actually had a really fun time in it, and I get really lost in the games because they're so short and quick. And I just end up going in, like, I go in, I have a game, and then I immediately go in, and we win or lose, and then we immediately go into another one, and it doesn't matter. Like, the one that I lost 10 matches ago, or even the last match, is completely out of my head because I've already went through and gotten into another match so quickly that I'm not even thinking about it. So, I don't know. It's really cool. It's one of those things I really do like. I also have a lot of, like, stuff for this. God damn.
Your team won the orb.
You're done.
Damn it. I hate his ult. Like, I absolutely hate his ult. Like, I'm not even shitting you. Oh, you've got to be shitting me. I love this character because of how hard he is. But he is such a hard character, and if you miss like anything, God, you just like completely screw yourself over. Like if you literally miss anything in this, you're screwed. What is he using?
3, 2, 1, fight.
I swear, I totally dodged out of that, like, in a heartbeat. I swear, he does that to me every time. Come on, I know that bulwark doesn't last that long. And that's why I like having to stop on that. Piece of shit.
Your team claimed the orb.
It's actually one of the weirdest things is that it's actually almost harder to play against AI with this character than it is to play against players with this character. Not because of the fact that the thing, it's just because AI sucks so bad that you expect something different. Because I've played this character, he's the character I've been playing since basically I started playing against other players, and I've been doing really well with him, but he's really hard to play, so you got to have this huge learning curve with him. And the fact is that oh, you better run. Robert, you better run.
Your team won the orb.
God damn it, guys, stop it! Oh shit. They just kept leading them right to me. I was trying to get health, but they kept running directly in my direction. I really hate when they do that. It's not even just in this game, because that actually doesn't happen in this game very often. But that happens in like every game that I've ever and every game I've ever played. When you're really low on HP, your allies, and not necessarily their attempt to save you, but just in their attempt to flee, they lead their enemies directly to you, which ends up getting you killed. And unfortunately, it's a lot easier to do that in this game. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Boom.
Won the orb. Victory.
Okay. You gotta curve up the way you play when you're playing against, like, players, actual players, and then you have to change the way you're playing against the AI. So, it's such a weird thing to play. Anyways. Alright, well that is going to be all for tonight, though. I am going to go ahead and end the stream. I may continue to play the game a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and end the stream itself. I do certainly hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, you guys know the drill by now. Go and hit that like button if you liked it. If you're over there on Twitch, go and hit that follow button. If you really liked it over here on YouTube, go and hit that share button. And of course, if you loved it, go and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And definitely, of course, if you guys, excuse me, I would like to keep up with everything, be sure to hit that notification button, the little bell next to the subscribe button. And of course, as always, guys, good luck out there. And don't forget to have fun.